Hello everyone, Chass here. Wanted to take a minute and share a few thoughts about Hebrews 12. Verse 1 says, "As for us, we have all of these great witnesses who encircle us like clouds. So we must let go of every wound that has pierced us and the sin that we so easily fall into. Then we will be able to run life's marathon race with passion and determination, for the path has already been marked out before us." So Hebrews 12:1 is dead smack center in the context of Hebrews 11, which of course talks about the Hall of Faith, the great women and men of God who, from the Old Testament, who ran their race and finished well. And Hebrews 12 shows us how we can do the same thing with our race. It even, the first line, of course, says, they encircle us like clouds. They're cheering us on, another translation says. So, interestingly, the writer of Hebrews compares life to a marathon race, but it can also be translated, tidbit, it can also be translated obstacle course, which I think it's a really cool thought, because life really is like an obstacle course, especially right now. Who would have thought 2 or 3 months ago that that if you're in high school, you would be missing important social events, and the businesses would be shut down, and life throws some tomatoes at you sometimes, or bananas. Like in Mario Kart, when they throw the bananas in the car spin out, I was always Princess Peach, and I always spun out because of the bananas. So even now when I'm driving, I kind of flip out a little bit anytime I see a banana on the road. But that's besides the point. I digress. What was I saying? Yes, life is unexpected. So Hebrews says, "So we must let go of every wound that has pierced us and the sin that we so easily fall into, not to." Think of wounds as like the enemy when he throws darts. The arrows get into your armor, and we have to take time to pick those off, whether that be through repentance or through healing. I've heard it said that what happens to you in life is not necessarily your fault, but healing is absolutely your responsibility. So we have to take time and be intentional about healing, so we don't have baggage weighing us down as we run, because you can't run with passion and determination. You run with heavy stuff, and it's not fun. So we need to get that out. And the sin that we so easily fall into. So we must let go of every wound that has pierced us and the sin that we so easily fall into. The sin in this context is talking about the sin of doubting God's promises and unbelief. And is God really good? And is he good to me? He might be good for other people, but is he good to me? So that's what it's talking about. We have to cast that aside and really hold on to the fact that the truth that he is good and he's good to you. And yes, that's all I had to say about that. Next. It says, once we do that, so we must let go of the wounds and the sin of unbelief, and then we will be able to run life's marathon race or obstacle course with passion and determination, because here's the good news. The path has already been marked out before us. There's not a banana peel thrown at you that he didn't already know about, and he didn't give you rubber wheels to spin back in I don't know. You know what I mean. To get you back on track. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, hope that encourages you today. I will